Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 5th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, got a couple things accomplished, got pretty early I guess this morning, got out, got the dogs all taken care of and all that mess with, got everybody fed and all the good fun that comes to it. Basically hung around in the morning trying to keep the dogs quiet until my bride got up and got moving around, and then got the dogs basically back inside and was able to get them all separated out properly and get all the food done and stuff, all the medications in them and all that good fun thing. Then hung around in the morning and then decided, well, better get my run in because I take my wife to the doctor and who knows how long it's going to take, and also get a good drop off checks for her work, and on the way back I stopped at the pharmacy and stuff, so I don't know how long we're going to be gone. So I'm like, hey, cool, no big deal. So I went ahead and said, held it, I got my run in. That went fine, dogs were chilling out, everybody had a good time while I was gone. It was easy peasy. I just ran short to keep my run streak. I think I ran about 4 miles, I think it was. I don't remember exactly how far I ran, but got my run in, got back, got myself a shower. Actually went and after that hung around. It was time to take her to the doctor, so went and got loaded up in the car and then drove out to one of the places she used to actually work for. Their company bought some products from them and so on and so forth. So I got there and I said, hey, did you let them know I was coming out with a check? She goes, I don't know, she's in the office all the time, so I was there. So I walk in, and it's an office building I used to be into a lot, but when she worked there. So I don't know anybody there anymore. I know the two owners still, and they weren't there, of course. It's like there's somebody in the break room back. I kind of hollered and they didn't acknowledge me, which if they're floor help and it's office work, they're probably not gonna be too, I don't know, likely to come help me anyway. So I waited around there for a little bit, nothing. So I headed out to the workshop area, which I don't think I'm supposed to be at with liability for insurance and stuff, whatever, but it is what it is. So I walk up there and there's a few employees out there, and one of them I make eye contact. I'm standing there and she obviously doesn't know me. I don't know her, but they just keep talking and nobody's asking me like, hey, can I help you or nothing? So I finally had to holler at them. I'm like, hey, can somebody tell me if there's anybody that works in the front office? So they're like, what? So I had to like scream at them because they had their headphones in and whatnot and stuff. So I finally got them to realize I need to talk to somebody who works here in the office. They went back, got somebody, and I went back in the office for them. They showed up, gave them a check, which had a little bit because they know Karen and whatnot. Asked about how it's going. They're like, oh, we were just there. We could have picked a check. I know the other lady, because a man or woman came in, and she's like, no, you can't, because Karen has all the checks for the company at her house. So I'm like, you would have had to come to our house to get the checks. So that wouldn't have been very easily if you were there. So we kind of laughed and joked about how the company literally can't even pay for their stuff they're buying without us, because my wife has to basically print them at the house and send out the checks and stuff and whatnot. And we just thought it'd be quicker if we're going that way kind of anyway. It's only, I don't know, should have only been like 7 minutes out of our way, maybe 10 minutes. But I spent like 12 minutes in the office waiting for somebody to come in. And I had that weird feeling of standing around a place that I used to show up to off and on. My wife worked there a bit, but it just feels weird to be in an office that you really haven't been in for a handful of years, just waiting for somebody to show up. So, and it's one of those deals, my internal gut had also said, hey, why don't you call and just let them know? And she goes, well, if she wasn't in the office, yeah, but she would have had the phone forwarded to her phone. Then she would have been like, hey, I'll head out there early, and I went ahead to go out in the shop, and went ahead to look for people and whatever. So it's kind of that, when my gut says something, I need to be a little more forceful in telling somebody else, hey, actually do something about this. Whether it be our homeowner's insurance expired and not paid for, or whether it be this right here, call them, make sure somebody's in the front office that knows I'm coming to get this check kind of thing. So instead of saying, hey, did you do this, or asking, and did you, and they're like, no, and then not do it, I need to be more like, you need to do this right now for my peace of mind. But got it done, got the check handed off, headed in the car, and we got to the doctor's appointment. We got there at plenty of time, but it was not weird. It was cutting it close. Plus, not to be, I hate being late for stuff. So got there, got in, and we sat in the lobby for 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, hardly any time at all. Went back, basically put a little thing on her, checking her pacemaker and whatnot, and the pacemaker is working like 28% of the time now or something, which for the last, I don't know, 7-8 years or whatever, it's been working on average like 1 or 2% of the time. So since the surgery is working 28% of the time, and that's kind of got us nervous. But I got nothing unusual. I'm like, oh, it's not unusual because it's working, 14 times more often, or 28 times more often, depending on how you read it. So I'm like, not really a big thing. Especially it says there's like a 2% air in the in the percentage. So it could be 0% of the time. Now it's working 28% of the time, or 30 or 26, depending on how you roll it back. The 2% possibility of error. But I'm like, I'm not really a fan of that. But it is what it is. I said nothing really stands out. It's just tech reading it. So they're going to send it on to the doctor and hope the doctor will get some answers and go from there. I don't know. I think maybe it's just the fact that she's not really doing anything physical, and then the medication for the pain medication stuff keeps her super sleepy. So maybe she's keeping her heart rate too low. I don't know. But not a big fan of that information. But we got back in the car, headed back home, and then stopped by the pharmacy, picked up our prescription, which took hardly no time at all. It was super easy, super quick. Got back to the house, hung out with the dogs again, just kind of chilled out until it was dinner time, and then had a nice little dinner. Had a client that reached out to me wanting to know if I'd watch her dog this weekend, which I was scheduled to watch it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and she wanted to drop the dog off Saturday morning, pick up Sunday instead of dropping it off Friday after work. And I'm like, well, is that just trying to get out one more night? Because you're going to drop off late Friday night, and now you're going to drop off super early Saturday morning. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I kind of just didn't really say too much about it. I'm like, yeah, I could probably do it, but let me check when I get home and see what the schedule is. And then very seldom this happens to me, but I forgot to check and let her know. So hopefully I'll reach out tomorrow. I'll remember. We'll go from there. If not, I'm sure she'll reach out to me. But it was just one of those things that I was like, oh shit, I realized I forgot that. So that made me feel a little bit shitty. But ended up having got our dinner, knocked that out, went back outside, enjoyed myself. A beautiful evening out here in the, I guess, lack of cooler. We have a little bit cooler nights, not quite so horrible. So hopefully we can get this weather keeps cooling off a little bit for us, and it's not quite so sweltering hot and so unlivable down here. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.